In the last video, we talked about how if a man and women who are eligible to do yibum, levirate marriage with each other, wind up having relations, then that can wind up bringing them together and making the yibum valid, even if neither of them actually intended that they were doing yibum. They might not have even realized what was going on there, or it could be one-sided. On Daf 54 of Yevamot, we get into some bizarre circumstances in which this can be the case. Now, I gotta kind of warn you, I was debating whether to do this or not because I don't really like getting into much sexual content in these videos, but it's so relevant to what is being learned, and it's so, to me, fascinating what's going on here. So I'm going to do it. If you're sensitive to that, you might want to turn off this video. So we're talking about a guy who winds up having relations with a woman accidentally, and that has the ability to bring about yibum. So it goes through the scenario. What happens if a man fell off a roof and landed on this woman and there was insertion? Would that be yibum? And it says, no, actually, there's a lot of damages you'd have to pay in this circumstance for injury and all these other things, but it would not actually be counting as relationships because it wasn't intended to be sexual relations. He didn't have that intention, and we don't consider it to be that of an accidental insertion. We don't consider it to be, the sexual relations in this context in terms of for cementing a relationship. But it says, but if he did intend to have relations and it was just, had it with the wrong woman, like he was getting ready to be with his wife, and I don't know, she pushed the wife aside and inserted herself in there instead, then it would be considered to be consummating the yibum. In fact, it even goes so far as to say that if he intended to have relations, it's kind of an ugly subject here, but with an animal, because it was the intention for relations and he was trying to do it on the yibum, this woman came and pushed the animal aside and got herself there instead into the act, that would actually cement it, because but here what's really it's getting at is the intention. It needs to have the intention for relations in order for the relations to count, to have the legal significance for this period of yibum. But if you have the intention for relations, even if you didn't intend to have it with this person and you did have relations with that person, that's when this unintentional relations can affect the yibum, and you can wind up married to this person in these circumstances. Very bizarre Gemara.